took my truck, sold it for speed. My old man lied about what mama really did. My best friend ran off with my girl last spring, and the town just watched like it didn't mean a thing. The mayor shook my hand with a snake in his eyes, told me you go far while he bled me dry. And that preacher in the pulpit with his Bible grin got his hands in the plate and his soul in sin. You're dead to me, every damn one. Blood at night, that bridge is burned and gone. You broke my trust, now you bear that fee. Ain't no prayers or tears gonna set you free. No redemption, no sympathy. You're dead to me, just dead to me. Mama said, turn your cheek, boy, forgive and pray. But I watched her ride, cause they looked the other way. Cousin got rich while we starved for years. Now he sips good wine and calls me dear. The sheriff knew the truth, but he shut his mouth, cause the rich write laws down in this town. Now I walk these roads with a coat of flame, and I don't blink when I curse your name. You're dead to me, every damn one. Blood and knife, that bridge is burned and gone. You broke my trust, now you bear that fee. Ain't no prayers or tears gonna set you free. No redemption, no sympathy. You're dead to me, just dead to me. Just a ghost of what you used to be. No redemption, no sympathy. You're dead to me, and that's all you'll be. So raise your glass to the lies you keep, but don't you dare come crying over me.
You came in like a whiskey flame, burned through my calm, never took the blame. You kissed my neck, then cut me deep, told me you loved me, then couldn't sleep. You danced too close to my so-called friends, laughed when I caught you doing it again. I threw that punch, he hit the floor, but you just lit up like you wanted more. You stole my soul with a devil's grin, tore up my heart just to wear it thin. You broke the rules, but I lost control. Now I'm out here missing what I shouldn't hold. You were fire, you were sin, you were black as coal. Yeah, you stole my soul, and I still want it whole. Cursed me out in the neon rain, then cried so hard I forgave the pain. We made love like a war on fire, no peace, just lust and razor wire. Your ex showed up with a loaded mouth. We lit that bar up, got thrown out. Next week you left, wore another man's ring. Still I dream of you most every damn spring. You stole my soul with a devil's grin, tore up my heart just to wear it thin. You broke the rules, but I lost control. Now I'm out here missing what I shouldn't hold. You were fire, you were sin, you were black as coal. Yeah, you stole my soul, and I still still want it whole. I should forget you, God knows I've tried, but even hell feels cold without your bite. You were chaos and hills, a curse and lay, still I search for your ghost. In every face, you stole my soul and you ain't giving back. You left your name carved down my track. I burned a bed, but I feel the hole where your laugh used to echo in my bones. You were wrong, you were wild, you were out of control, but you stole my soul, and I still ain't whole. The sun's setting slow on this red clay ground. My shadow stretching long, but I ain't looking down. I've walked through the fire, I've danced with the pain, buried my sins where they can't call my name. The bottle's near empty, the sky's burning gold. Time ain't a thief when you give it your soul. I kissed my kin and shook the hands of my foes, laid every grudge beneath the black rose. Don't mourn me when the night wind cries. I'll be riding on the thunder across the blood red skies. Let the crows sing low, let the coyotes scream. I'm just slipping through the seams of a worn out dream. I lived how I wanted, I died how I'm free. So don't mourn me, just remember me. I carved out my truth in the bones of the land. Never begged mercy, never raised my hand. For all of my wrongs, I've made my amends. Told my brother I love him, told my woman again. No fear in my chest, just a calm in my breath. I made peace with the silence that comes after death. No preacher, no sermon, no choir in white, just the sound of the wind and a cold desert night. Don't mourn me when the night wind cries. I'll be riding on the thunder across the blood red skies. Let the crows sing low, let the coyotes scream. I'm just slipping through the seams of a worn out dream. I lived how I wanted, I died how I'm free. So don't mourn me, just remember me. Let the firelight flicker on the stories I told. Let them echo like gunshots in the canyons of old. I ain't gone, I'm just out of sight. One more outlaw drifting to the night. Don't mourn me when the cold busted out for it. Drunk on pride, no plan, no Lord. Raised some hell, dodged some chains. Thought we'd die old with matching names. You join the fight, I tag along. Took up arms like a barroom song. We bled for flags, but mostly for each other. Came back ghosts, calling one another brother. But time don't wait for fire and skin, and war don't care what shape you're in. Gone like the smoke from your last smoke ring. Gone like the howl when the freight train sings. You were my shield, my sin, my damn backbone. Now I drink for two in a bar alone. Gone, and it don't sit right that I woke up and you lost the fight. We broke the law and laughed in cuss, spit in the dirt and called it tough. Shared old scars, some we earned, some we got from things we never learned. You had a daughter you never met. I wrote her name down so I won't forget. They folded your flag, I bit my tongue and drank myself blind while they praised your gun. Now they speak in stone and flags of grace, but they don't know your real face. Gone like the sound of boots in sand. Gone like blood on a trigger hand. You were wild, cruel, brave and mine. Now there's just silence at the end of the line. Gone, and this bottle won't lie. I'd trade my breath just to say goodbye. Sons, we were just boys with loaded guns. But I'd burn this town and all it's worth to dig you up and bring you back to earth. Gone like you never were at all. Gone, but I still hear you when I crawl. You left too soon, I stayed too long. Now every bar plays your ghosting song. Gone, and I can't forgive that I'm still here and you don't get to live. Gone, and I ain't coming back whole. Your lies ain't loud when the truth starts to show. You left me bleed and thought I'd break, but I don't bend, I detonate. You prayed to wolves and dressed like saints, wrote your rules in blood and paint. I kept my name, you sold your soul, now I'm coming fast and I won't slow. So keep your crown and keep your game, but don't you dare forget my name. There's a bullet with your name on it. Cold steel truth, and I'm gonna launch it. You lit the fuse, now hear the sound of boots on dirt and justice coming down. There's a bullet with your name on it, and I don't miss when I've been wrong. You better run, you took too long. I don't sleep, I don't
speak. I write silence like a blade through the weak. You laugh loud when I fail. Now I laugh louder as I ring your bell. No more mercy, no more mask. Every sin you sold, I'm taking back. This ain't rage, it's clarity. This is what revenge was born to be. You can hide, but I don't chase. I just carve truth across your face. There's a bullet with your name on it. Hammer's back and I won't stop it. This ain't justice, this is war. You made damn sure I came for more. There's a bullet with your name on it. Forged in fire, blessed in blood. Say goodbye, I ain't here for love. You think I'm broken? I am the break. You think I'm gone? I am what wakes when fire don't sleep and hell gets bored. I'm the shadow scratching at your door. There's a bullet with your name on it. Truth rides fast and I'm locked on it. You had your chance, you made your grave. I bring the storm, no soul to save. There's a bullet in your name on it. Etched in smoke, dressed in flame. Hope you prayed, now remember my name.
Poured my youth on a cold bar floor, left my name scratched on a motel door. Loved some women I couldn't hold, buried some friends when the nights got cold. I've been broke, I've been blamed, carried a gun just to carry my name. Ain't no heaven for the likes of me, but I still pray over bitter whiskey. And I ain't asking for no one's grace, just a stiff drink and an honest face. Pour me some for the nights I bled, for the words I choked and the things I said, for the ones I lost, the fights I won, and the silence that comes when the damage is done. Pour me some. Let it burn real slow, so I remember what I still let go. There's a woman in Georgia with fire for eyes, left a ring and a letter, never said goodbye. I still see her in dreams I can't outrun, waking up wishing I'd stayed, but I never done. Now it's long nights and cheap motels, old bar stools and worn out shells. Play my songs to half-lit crowds, singing for ghosts that don't make a sound. And if I go down, let it be known, I walked through hell, but I walked alone. Pour me some for the sins I keep, for the vows I broke, for the sleep I cheat, for the fathers I failed, for the sons I ain't, for the time I spent trying to look like I ain't. Not for joy but true, for the blood I traded for this broken you. Let the bottle be my Bible, let the burn be my reason. every scar I wear I earn in the silence underneath. Pour me some, not to numb but to feel, to toast every scar that never healed, for the life I lived and the weight I bear, for the nights I sang with no one there. Pour me some, and I'll drink it down like a crown I wear, not a flag I drown.
Down in LaSalle, where the cypress lean, lives a man with hands too clean. White apron, boots by the door, smile so wide you forget what for. He'd wave at the kids, hand out jerky and grin, say God bless y'all, with blood on his skin. Made stew for the church, roast for the fair. No one asked questions, no one would dare. He walked through town like a saint in flame, but no one ever knew his name. Butcher of LaSalle with a charm carved in bone, fed us the lies like we called it home. With smoke in his smile and truth on the spit, we all took seconds not knowing we bid. Butcher of LaSalle, he gave and we praised, till the wind changed and the Lord looked away. 4th of July, he brought ribs and a grin, wiped his hands while the fireworks dimmed, said meat this tender don't come by luck, and we all just laughed and filled our cups. The sheriff vanished, the preacher too, and nobody guessed, not me, not you. He cried at the altar, kissed baby's cheek, said truth is a cut that runs too deep. The dogs wouldn't bark near the smokehouse gate, and the ground out back never grew straight. Butcher of LaSalle, his knives were his hymns, he carved his name in the marrow of men. The devil wore white, and we sang his song till the bones came up when the rain stayed long. Butcher of LaSalle fed love with a blade, and we danced on the graves that he made. We found the teeth in jars of brine, spines and sacks behind the brine. Names we whispered, folks we missed, all boiled down to butcher's bliss. Now his shop shut tight, but the smell remains, in the wind, in the wood, in the old blood stains. And I still see folks licking their lips, swearing by me he cured with his sin. Butcher of LaSalle left love on the bone. We thought we were fed, but we were alone. He smiled through storms, he sang through rain, and we swallowed his mercy with the taste of shame. Butcher of LaSalle, may God never know what devils we cheer when they smile just so. Butcher always fed us good, but the price was always paid.
I roll in like smoke with the blood moon high, boots still muddy from my last goodbye. Got a name, they whisper in the sheriff's hall, but I don't run, I just watch them fall. Pocket full of sins and a flask of proof, tattooed lies and a silver tooth. She said, "You trouble?" I said, "Hell, you know." Then I kissed her hard and let the whiskey flow. Bandits, ride by night and burn the day. Bandits, never ask, just take and pray. We don't beg, we don't kneel, we just left behind the wheel. Bandits, break the rules and break the bed, raise the dust and paint the town red. Sharks, cutthroats, ghosts, and boots. Ain't no saints in these stolen suits. We toast to scars, dance with devils, got angels we owe, and debts on several. There's a bounty on my grin in 4 damn states, but the law rides slow and I don't wait. If you see me coming, best step aside. I got nothing to lose but a wild-eyed ride. Bandit, outlaws drunk on dust and flame. Bandit, don't play fair, don't play tame. We steal kisses, steal the night. Don't ask why, just strike the light. Bandits, we ain't changing lanes. We're the wolves that can't be chained. Baby, I'm just the truth you deny. She smiled like sin, pulled me close and said, I don't need saving, I need fit. Bandits, whiskey souls and trigger hands. Bandits, no gods, no promised lands. We ride hard, we don't stay, leave nothing but heat in our wake. Bandits, yeah, they curse our names, but we light the fire just the same.
Told me to move on, let the past lay down. Said it wasn't my fight, not my battleground. But you weren't the one who held her hand when the fever hit and no one else would stand. They signed the papers, walked away, buried the truth with a smile that day. I sat by the door, she begged them to close, and I promised her something no man ever knows. I don't believe in saints or fate, but I remember every face that turned away. Justice is served, not in gold or grace, but in silence, in shadow, in a forgotten place. I won't be praised, I won't be mourned, but I'll leave no debt unpaid or oath torn. Justice is served, not loud, not clean, just one more ghost where the righteous had been. They kept the church lights bright for show, but turned her away when she had nowhere to go. The good book don't weigh like pain in the chest when the town bows down to the ones who oppress. My father died young with no man to blame, but I watched them laugh just the same. They say time forgives, but I don't. I gave them years to change, they won't. I'll wear no badge, I claim no crown, but I'll speak for those they buried down. Justice is served without a judge or trial. No gavel, no gallows, just
they can hide their names, but justice remembers, and so do the flames. Justice is served in the still of the dust, when a man does what he swore he must. I didn't do this to be feared. I did it because no one else dared. This ain't revenge, this is balanced soul, and some debts are only paid in smoke. Justice is served for the ones unheard, for the mother ignored, for the child deferred. They won't sing songs or carve my name, but I'll leave behind one less shame. Justice is served, quiet and true, not for me, but for what they wouldn't do. Justice is served.
Say the dust don't settle till he rides through town. Boots made of fire, eyes carved from the ground. He was raised by coyotes, learned to howl with the pack, rode a mountain lion like a stallion on a railroad track. He cracked a rattle like a whip in his hand. Lasso tornadoes made the wind understand. Carved rivers with his boots, bent thunder to his will. Now the sky turns dark, it's the return of Pecos Bill. It's the return of Pecos Bill. The legend rides again, where the outlaws rule and the lawmen bend. From the ghost-lit plains to the mesas chill, the west still whispers he's coming still. With a storm at his heels and fire in his will, raise your glass to the return of Pecos Bill. He once loved a woman, Slewfoot Sue by name. She wore a silver bustle, burned hotter than flame. She tried to ride a cyclone, got bucked too high, but he still watches the stars where she touched the sky. Now the railroads hiss and the cities spread, but legends don't sleep, they rise from the dead. When justice runs dry and the coyotes cry, you'll see that lasso circle the blood-red sky. It's the return of Pecos Bill, the wild heart reborn. Through the canyon smoke and the desert storm, from saloon floor brawls to the preacher's chill, the name still echoes and always will. With a grin like sin and nerves of steel, this is the return of Pecos Bill. He don't wear no badge, don't preach no law, but he'll break your chains with a lightning draw. When the West forgets what it means to be free, you'll feel that thunder and you'll know it's he. It's the return of Pecos Bill, riding hard and high, with a coyote's howl and an eagle's cry. When the land needs hope
return of Pecos Bill.
He came from the canyon with hooves made of flame, eyes like coal and a soul you can't tame. They say when the moon hits the rusted plains, you can hear his cry through the desert rain. Steel in his breath, thunder in his veins, rides like a ghost through blood-red lanes. But it ain't just leather, dust and rain. There's chrome in his curse and fire in his frame.
Nightmare Mustangs running wild in the dark. One's got a saddle, one's got a spark. Burning up highways and old ghost trails, leaving nothing but scorch and howling wails. Whether beast or machine, they play the same part.
Nightmare Mustangs, born to tear you apart. Started in 69, the black fastback, chrome so sharp it could cut through the black. Engine growled like a hellhound's throat, with tires that smoked like a preacher's ghost. Folks said she drank more blood than gas, a demon fed by shattered glass. Headlights glow like devil eyes, and she don't stop, just amplify.
Nightmare Mustangs running wild in the dark. One leaves hoof prints, the other leaves marks. Burning the ground from dusk to day, taking souls on the devil's freeway. Whether beast or machine, they share one heart. Nightmare Mustangs, built to tear you apart. He rides the wind, she rides the flame. Different bodies but cursed the same. One screams steel, the other whinnies pain, but both leave nothing but a scorched terrain. Nightmare Mustangs thundering through your town, a ghost in the saddle, a devil in the sound. From canyon dust to neon glow, they blaze through time where no man goes, where the cursed are carved from Detroit art. Nightmare Mustangs, straight from hell's own heart.
Dust on my boots, bugs on my chrome. I ain't got much, but I call it home. From the Smoky Peaks to the desert plains, I've outrun heartbreak, dead in chains. Met a preacher once with a pistol hip, said grace by day, by night he slept. Met a girl in Dallas with fire in her laugh. She kissed like whiskey, then vanished in a flash. The road, she don't judge, don't sleep, don't wait. She wins through heaven and cuts through hate. The road, where sinners pray and good men fall, where you learn the truth before you ever learn it all. The road, she's the only place I've ever known, so I keep driving along. Sheriffs eye me like a loaded gun. They see the dust, they think I run, but I just ride, I don't belong to any town to right or wrong. I've shared my fire with a war-torn vet whose eyes were gone, but I hadn't wept yet. Once I saw a banker steal from the blind, smile on his face, hand on the sign. The road, she don't judge, don't sleep, don't wait. She winds through heaven and cuts through hate. The road, where sinners pray and good men fall, where you learn the truth before you ever learn it all. The road, she's the only place I've ever known, so I keep driving alone. I've loved in barns and bars and heat, left pieces of me on every street. I've seen angels serve and demons preach, but never found a place out of her reach. I made the road my home, and she made me stone. The road, she don't judge, don't sleep, don't wait. She winds through heaven and cuts through hate. The road, where the lost get found and the proud get torn, where the best of men still get reborn. The road, she's the only place I've ever known, so I keep driving along.
To the boys I ran with down county line roads, hands full of trouble, hearts full of cold. We stole some nights and bent a few laws, but we'd bleed for each other without a pause. To the brothers in boots I met overseas, through the sand and fire down on our knees, not fighting for flags or political plans, just watching each other with guns in our hands. I tip my hat to the ones who stood tall when the storm rolled in, to the quiet strength, to the loyal men. I tip my hat to the ones who don't ask for a damn bit of fame, just honor hard work and a good last name. To the badge, the flame, the ones who run through, I tip my hat and I raise my glass to you. To the lady in red at the town dance hall, twirling like summer in a crumbling stall. To the firemen, medics, and the cop on the street that show up first when hell brings heat. I don't salute suits in marble halls or men who climb on the backs of the small, but I bow to freedom, to dirt road dreams, to worn out boots and faded jeans. I tip my hat to the ones who stood tall when the storm rolled in, to the quiet strength, to the loyal men. I tip my hat to the ones who don't ask for a damn bit of fame, just honor hard work and a good last name. To the badge, the flame, the ones who run through, I tip my hat and I raise my glass to you. Here's to the flag when it's flown with pride, not for power, for the ones who died. To the dream we chase and the truth we knew, I tip my hat to the red, white, and blue.
walked in slow like a whisper in sin, red lips curled with a serpentine grin. Men at the bar all leaned her way, but I saw that fire hid beneath her sway. They called her darling, thought she'd blush and bend, but I saw the wreckage of every man she'd end. She once wore white, yeah, I heard him swear. No one saw the trouble in her, no one was aware.
Hell hath no fury like the woman you betrayed, like the fire that don't fade. Hell hath no fury when she's come, you best run, 'cause that smile hides a loaded gun. She'll kiss you soft, then burn your name in glory. Hell hath no fury.
She don't scream, she waits and stings like barbed wire coiled in diamond rings. You think she's sweet, she'll let you dream, then pull you under like a silent stream. She loved a man who broke his vow. He left her crying, she don't cry now. Now she hunts in heels, dressed in black. With every wrong she turns to ash.
Hell hath no fury like the woman you betrayed, like the fire that don't fade. Hell hath no fury when she's come, you best run, 'cause that smile hides a loaded gun. She'll kiss you soft, then burn your name in glory. Hell hath no fury. Sorrow once by a church bursted in flame, lighting a smoke, whispering his name. A preacher wept, a judge turned white, and she vanished clean into the night. Hell hath no fury like the justice she became, like a thunder wrapped in a lover's name. Hell hath no fury, not even God would cross her path. She's beauty crowned in aftermath, so raise a glass to her ghost and story. Hell hath no fury.
She ain't a woman, she's the storm that ends the war. And brother, if you crossed her, you ain't breathing no more.
The sun comes up like a curse and a prayer, burns off the dew and the last of despair. Dust on my boots, sweat in my eyes, but there's peace in this heat under open skies, where the mesas rise like ancient kings and the canyon wine still knows how to sing. I slept on stone, I've bathed in sand, but I swear this desert still holds my hand. Red rocks and cactuses, where the sky bleeds blue and the silence kisses, where the coyotes cry and the fireflies die and the stars cut cold through a moonlit lie. Red rocks and cactuses, my soul found peace where the outlaw misses. No church, no town, just a land that blesses. Red rocks and cactuses. Javelinas dance through the heat wave haze, rattlesnake warnings in the dry wash maze. I got stung by a scorpion, healed by a breeze, and I prayed to the sun down on bloody knees. I've kissed a girl in the back of a Ford with the desert stars as our only reward, but she left with the dust just like they do. Only the land ever told me the truth. Red rocks and cactuses, where the sky bleeds blue and the silence kisses, where the coyotes cry and the fireflies die and the stars cut cold through a moonlit lie. Red rocks and cactuses, my soul found peace where the outlaw misses. No church, no town, just the land that blesses. red rocks and cactuses. Where the buzzards fly and ghosts of braves whisper lullabies. I ain't looking for gold or a crown or a name. I just roam with the red and the wild untamed. Red rocks and cactuses, where the bones of time give the lost their kisses, where the thunder rolls with a sacred sound and a man can rise though he's beaten down. Red rocks and cactuses, this desert don't judge, but she never forgets. She'll brand your heart with no regrets. Red rocks and cactuses. So let the world chase silver and sand. I'll die right here with her dust in my hand, where my soul runs free and the sky confesses. Red rocks and cactuses.
I was raised on dirt, forged in smoke, taught real fast who bends and who broke. They took from the weak, they called it fate, but I see through the lies dressed up in faith. There's a preacher man driving gold on wheels, while the kids he touched still hide what they feel. There's a statesman grinning with blood on his hands, selling out truth for a one-night stand. Cold-blooded, ain't no mercy in my stride, no peace for the ones who lie. Cold-blooded, I ain't here to forgive or pray, just to settle the debt they ran away. Cold-blooded, but I tip my hat to the brave and true, to the lone men standing in the red, white, blue. I'm cold-blooded and I'm coming through. They hurt someone I swore to protect. Now I walk with ghosts in a holy wreck. You won't find fear in these eyes of mine, just a blade and a heart beating wartime. I don't shoot first, I shoot last, and I don't look back when the die is cast. Corrupt courts, white collars, holy shame. I'm the hammer falling without a name. Cold-blooded, ain't no mercy in my stride, no peace for the ones who lie. Cold-blooded, I ain't here to forgive or pray, just to settle the debt they ran away. Cold-blooded, but I tip my hat to the brave and true, to the lone men standing in the red, white, blue. I'm cold-blooded and I'm coming through. It's truth with teeth, a reckoning rolling underneath. So light your candles, say your psalms. I bring no peace, just justice in palms. Cold-blooded, I don't break, I don't run. My war ain't over till the devil's done. Yeah, I walk alone, but I walk tall, through fire chains and blood-stained halls. With a heart like steel and a soul worn true, I don't fear hell, hell fears what I do.
was a kind that wore a smile like a blade. Took what he wanted, left bones in his wake. Ran a crooked town with a holy face. Preached on Sunday, robbed a place. He framed my brother with a preacher's word. Tied him to guilt that justice never heard. Mama died with shame in her hands, while he bought gold with stolen land. 10 long years I swallowed flame, built my silence like a loaded name. They said let God sort of what ain't right, but I ain't seen God on them sleepless nights. So I rode back in with the storm behind, one bullet left and blood in my mind. And there he stood, all robes and lies, still preaching fire from a throne of flies. Vengeance is mine. I ain't asking for mercy, I ain't begging for time. I walked through hell just to cross this line. Vengeance is mine. It ain't rage, it ain't pride, it's the weight of the truth. They tried to hide, you hear that sound, that's the reckoning sign. Vengeance is mine. The townsfolk watched, not one made a sound. Some looked away, some bowed down. But he met my eyes with a twisted grin, said you'll burn for laying hands on him. So I dropped my coat and showed my scar, the one he gave beneath that churchyard star. This ain't justice, he started to cry, but justice died, and I'll show you why. Vengeance is mine. I ain't asking for mercy, I ain't begging for time. I walked through hell just to cross this line. Vengeance is mine. It ain't rage, it ain't pride, it's the weight of the truth. They tried to hide, you hear that sound, that's the reckoning sign. Vengeance is mine. They'll write it down how they see fit. Say I snapped or lost my wit, but the devil don't come with horns or flames. He comes in fine robes and honored names. Vengeance is mine. Say what you will, but I stayed true to the ones he buried in the pain they knew. Vengeance is mine. Let the choir sing and the town move on, but I sleep just fine now that he's gone. I took no pleasure, I took no wine, just whisper slow. Vengeance is mine. Woken up on pool tables, face down in neon light, with blood on my knuckles and lipstick from last night. Told 1,000 lies with a crooked grin, and loved more women than I'll ever see again. I've danced with the law around closing time, traded truth for whiskey and reason for rhyme. Yeah, burned a few bridges and I never looked back, but that fire kept me warm when the nights turned black. No regrets, not for the bruises, not for the burns, not for the lessons I never learned. No regrets, I paid my dues in blood and breath, laughed at danger, flirted with death. I walked through hell in leather and sweat, and I've got no regret. I've rolled the dice in backroom halls, killers, sinners, and the worst of them all. Told the preacher man I'd changed my ways, and blew it all
short days. Mama cried when I left town, but she raised a wolf, not a pawn and a crown. I found my home in the roads I roam, a ghost with a beat up heart of chrome. No regrets, not for the scars or the stories they tell, not for the nights I race some hell. No regrets, I chased my sins with a smoke and grin, made peace with the mess I've been. When I hit the ground, I ain't done yet, 'cause I've got no regrets. They say, son, you could have had more, but I've seen the world through a swinging door. Every mistake's a badge I wear, proof I live, proof I dared. No regrets for every fight, every bottle drained, for every kiss I never explained. No regrets for the good, the bad, the nights alone. I carve my truth to skin and bone. If I go tonight, light a cigarette and raise a glass to no regrets. So when the reaper calls, he'll find me lit, smiling wide, saying this is it. I'll tip my hat, take my last steps with pride, scars, and no regrets. I ain't no preacher, I ain't no saint. I was born with the sins that whiskey can't paint. Cards in my hand, blood on my breath. I've coughed up more dust than most seen death. Tombstone called like a gambler's prayer, where law wears a badge and death pulls a chair. Wyatt said, we'll clean this town, but we knew damn well it'd burn us down. Tombstone blues, where the good die fast and the bad don't lose. Smoke in the streets, truth in the fuse. Tombstone blues, it's a showdown song and a reckoning tune, where noon feels late and justice comes soon. I laughed through fire, I danced with doom, singing these tombstone blues. October wind are by my side, we walked down Fremont like dead men alive. Ike ran his mouth, but he ain't pulled steel. It was Billy and Frank that made it real. 30 seconds, that's all it took to write our names in every lawman's book. I shot through haze with death in my grin, said I'm your huckleberry and cashed one in. Tombstone blues, where the smoke rolls thick and the lines get skewed, where guilt walks free and the brave get sued. Tombstone blues, we buried brothers, we drank with ghosts, we held the line, then we lost the most. I play my hand with a dead man's truth, dealing in tombstone blues. Some call us outlaws, some say we're law, but every saint I met had a fatal flaw. I ain't no hero, I'm just the cost of a world where right and wrong got lost. Tombstone blues, ain't no glory in the shots we choose, just names in stone and worn out shoes. Tombstone blues, my lungs gave out, but my will held tight. A southern drawl and a pistol's bite. I
face the end like a man should do, singing those tombstone blues. So raise your glass to the boys long gone, to the dust, the blood, and the breaking dawn. If you hear that sound in the desert gloom, it's me still humming the tombstone blues.